Good morning, everyone. I am Teacher Sheila, and you are at your English Hub. Maria and her friends went to the mall. They enjoyed much. In this given sentence, what is the particular word which refers back to Maria and her friends? As what I have said with my previous discussion regarding 8 parts of speech, in order for us to avoid awkward repetition of using words, particularly names of persons or things or animals or what we call the nouns, we need to replace it with one of these 8 parts of speech, which is the pronoun. Pronoun is a part of speech that functions as a replacement for a noun. Let's go back to this sentence. Maria and her friends went to the mall. They enjoyed much. Which do you think of these words in this sentence refers back to Maria and her friends? The correct answer here is this one, the word they. Okay, they is a pronoun which replaced Maria and her friends. In order for the writer of this statement not to mention again Maria and her friends, he used the pronoun they. For this morning, we will be focusing our discussion on the different kinds of pronouns. And without any further ado, let us start our session for today. We have I, we, you, them, him, hers, and we do also have me, us, your, their, his, it, my, our, yours, theirs, she, its, mine, ours, they, he, and her. Okay, so we have this what we call the commonly used or the most common kinds of pronouns, and these are called personal pronouns. These are used to refer to particular people, places, and things. Okay, all of these pronouns given are what we call personal pronouns. Let's have another kind of pronoun. Myself, ourselves, yourself, yourselves, themselves, himself, herself, and itself. These are pronouns ending in self and selves. So myself, ourselves, yourself, yourselves, themselves, himself, herself, and itself are pronouns, and these are what we call reflexive and intensive pronouns. When we say reflexive and intensive pronouns, these are pronouns ending in self or selves. Okay, these 8 reflexive and intensive pronouns are formed personal pronouns. So as you can see, these reflexive and intensive pronouns, the root word here are all personal pronouns. You have my, your, them, her, our, your, him, and it. So these are personal pronouns and just added with the word self or selves. Though they are the same in form, they function differently in the sentence. And that will be the topic that we're going to discuss next session. The difference between a reflexive and intensive pronoun. Furthermore, the third kind of pronoun is the demonstrative pronoun. What are these demonstrative pronouns? These are pronouns used to point out one or more nouns. When we say demonstrative pronouns, these are used in pointing out one or more nouns. They direct attention to a specific person, place, or thing. We have here this, that, those, and this. So we have 4 demonstrative pronouns. Again, when we say demonstrative pronouns, these are used to point out one or more nouns. Okay, example. This is my book. Okay, this there is a demonstrative pronouns because it is pointing to that particular book. Another kind of pronoun is the relative pronouns. What are these relative pronouns? When we say relative pronouns, these are pronouns used to relate one idea in a sentence to another. They begin with a subordinate clause and it connects, okay, to another idea in the sentence. Okay, example, let us have this sample sentence. We will go to the store that advertised a sale. We will go to the store that advertised a sale. What do you think is the relative pronoun used in this sentence? Okay, so in this sentence, we will go to the store that advertised a sale. So we have two ideas here. Okay, going to the store, and the other one is a store that advertised a sale. Okay, so what kind or what type of store? It is a store that advertised a sale. So what is the relative pronoun used in this sentence? The correct answer is that. Okay, so that is the relative pronoun used in this sentence. What kind of store? It's a store that advertised a sale. Okay, that advertised a sale is a subordinate clause. Okay, meaning it is a part of sentence which cannot stand alone. Okay, if we're going to remove, we will go to the store. That advertised a sale cannot stand alone. Is it clear? So that is why it is called subordinate clause. So this relative pronoun that completes the essence of the sentence because it relates one idea, we will go to the store, to another idea, which is a store that advertised a sale. So that is relative pronouns. Actually, we only have 5 relative pronouns. We have that, who, whose, which, and whom. Next kind of pronoun is interrogative pronouns. Okay, from the root word interrogate. So when we say interrogate, means to ask question. Okay, meaning when we say interrogative pronouns, these are pronouns used to ask and begin question. Is it clear? We have 5 interrogative pronouns. What? We have what, which, who, whom, and whose. The last type of or last kind of pronoun, indefinite pronouns. These are pronouns which refer to people, places, or things, often without specifying which ones. Meaning, he is not pointing out to somebody specifically. Okay, so there are indefinite pronouns which are always plural. These are indefinite pronouns which is always followed with a plural verb. Both, others, few, several, and many. So these 5 pronouns are indefinite pronouns which are always plural. Example, few are coming to the party. Next, if we have indefinite pronouns which are always plural, we do also have indefinite pronouns which are always singular. Neither, either, nobody, another, everyone, anybody, everything, anyone, little, anything, much, each, everybody, no one, nothing, somebody, one, someone, other, and something are all indefinite pronouns which are always singular. All of these words, everyone, anybody, anything, somebody, nobody, something, are examples of pronouns. And these are indefinite pronouns which are always singular, meaning it should always be followed with a singular verb. Like, for example, nobody is coming with me. So nobody is always, remember this, it is always singular. Nobody wants to answer. So it's not nobody want, because want is plural. It's nobody wants to answer. Furthermore, we do also have indefinite pronouns which can be singular or plural. It depends on how are you going to use them in the sentence. All, any, more, most, none, and some. Now, let us have our short activity. Directions: identify the kind of each underlined pronoun. So as you can see, I have underlined and highlighted words. So, and these are pronouns. What are you going to do is you are going to identify the kind of each underlined pronoun. Let me read first the paragraph. When snow that is held in place by friction is dislodged, it can cause serious avalanche. This is a vast amount of snow cascading down a mountainside. The snow itself can exert over 22,000 pounds of pressure per square inch and travel over 192 miles per hour. Few caught in an avalanche can save themselves, but St. Bernards have been trained to locate victims. They have rescued over 2,500 people during their nearly 300 years of service. Which of the dogs has the best rescue record? None of the animals has a more impressive list than Barry, who saved over 40 avalanche victims. So when snow that is held in place by friction is dislodged, it can cause serious avalanches. That and it. What kind of pronoun is that? And what kind of pronoun is it? The correct answer for the first pronoun here, first underlined pronoun here, is it is a relative pronoun. And it is what kind of pronoun? It there is a personal pronoun. Let us go back with this, that why is it a relative pronoun? Because this pronoun that relates this subordinate clause to this independent clause, it can cause serious avalanche. Is it clear? When snow that is held in place by friction is dislodged is a subordinate clause. Okay, it's a subordinate clause and it can only be completed with this sentence. It can cause serious avalanche. Next, this is a vast amount of snow cascading down a mountain. This, what kind of pronoun is this? This is what? A demonstrative pronoun. Okay, it's a demonstrative pronoun pointing to the vast amount of snow. Next, the snow itself can exert over 22,000 pounds of pressure per square inch and travel over 192 miles per hour. Let us have the word or the pronoun itself. We have two kinds of pronouns that both ends in self or selves, and it's intensive or reflexive. So we are going to decide which of these two kinds of pronoun is the word or the pronoun itself here. Is it an intensive or reflexive pronoun? As what I promised, I'm going to have more discussion on this one on our next session. Okay, so for now, this itself here is an intensive pronoun. Okay, so it's an intensive pronoun. Why intensive pronoun? Because it gives emphasis to the snow. The snow itself, no other than the snow itself. That is why it's an intensive pronoun. Next, few caught in an avalanche can save themselves. Okay, but St. Bernards have been trained to locate victims. Few caught in an avalanche. Few there is what kind of pronoun? It's an indefinite pronoun. Okay, and let us have themselves. What kind of pronoun is themselves? It ends with self or selves. So we're just going to look at intensive or reflexive pronouns. Okay, so themselves there is a reflexive pronoun. They have rescued over 2,500 people during their nearly 300 years of service. There is what kind of pronoun? The correct answer is it's a personal pronoun. Next, which of the dogs has the best rescue record? It's very obvious that which there is used to ask a question. That is why it is an interrogative pronoun. None of the animals has a more impressive list than Barry, who saved over 40 avalanche victims. None and who? What kind of pronoun is none and what kind of pronoun is who? None there is an indefinite pronoun. And let us have who. Okay, who there is what kind of pronoun? Who is a relative pronoun, relating who saved over 40 avalanche victims to Barry. Okay, so who there is used to introduce who Barry is. It relates this idea to another idea. So that's all for today. I hope that you have learned again something from this discussion. Thank you and God bless. Bye.